John Wilson was, thankfully, able to fully recover physically, which will feel the effects of this photo arrested for a while. The two of them had been arguing, and that's when Moses immediately restricted her, snapped her,
Moses.
there with a machete. It took 2 days for May to be arrested, but he was eventually found and placed into custody of the LAPD. Miraculously, May actually intends to plead not guilty to his charges, which very likely means that he'll be put away for a long time. They found her chained up in the house. There isn't much more damning evidence than that. His trial has not taken place yet, but hopefully Jonah can get some justice for what
There
he's
has been a misunderstanding. Those knights are my witness. Please, talk to them. Otherwise I fear I shall never get out of here.
I talked to the knights upstairs. They believe Reeve is innocent.
They believe? They do not know?
Their recollection of events is hazy.
That's what comes from drinking all day. So don't expect me to accept their word.
Please, they are honest people.
I'm afraid I cannot release this man. Wait. Gauntlet bearer, that brooch you have.
This? It belongs to a friend of mine. A friend I am yet to find. Her name is Tracker.
No. I knew one who went by Tracker. We served together.
She was a knight. She never told me.
This emblem is the insignia of our old squad. If I could, if you give me this brooch, this man may go free.
Why?
Eventually, he told them that they were on this mission. This allowed them to free the victim.
Yes.
I think that's exactly how Tracker would want it used. Take it.
You have no idea what this means to me. The prisoner may go. A more than fair exchange.
Thank you. Thank you. That was too close. I'm done with all this. I'm going to find a quiet place to retire to. Farewell.
Should I trade Tracker's brooch to let Reeve go free?
She reports that Morgan had tricked her to unconsciousness no less than 6 hours, and that it may have been more, but her memory was fuzzy. Morgan was charged with kidnapping and false imprisonment, while Brown was charged with conspiracy to commit kidnapping and false imprisonment. In March of 2018, Morgan was officially sentenced to life in prison. Brown was sentenced to 63 months in prison, along with 5 years of supervised release following the prison sentence. Thankfully, Jack Morgan will never be able to torment this poor woman ever again. Unfortunately, the victim isn't always so lucky, as we'll see coming up. The driver of this car, identified as 20-year-old Cameron Hopkins, allegedly abducted his ex-girlfriend, 19-year-old Leah Jones,
We could have given a proper
this chase. Witnesses observed Hopkins forcibly compelling Jones
Everything
to
is in turmoil.
enter his vehicle. Eyewitnesses recalled an altercation between Hopkins and Jones at the restaurant before the kidnapping. Their exchange escalated, with Hopkins visibly agitated. He forcibly escorted Jones towards the rear of the establishment while brandishing a weapon. Despite efforts by the store manager,
we have ensured their survival, or given them a good chance, at least.
What can you tell me about essence stones?
We experimented cautiously with them in the past. They resonate with the gauntlet, and each one is unique. But the gauntlet was too unstable at the time to explore further. So, that is the extent of my knowledge, sadly. You should try different combinations and swap them regularly. Adapt the stones you use depending on the foes. Try finding out which stones can work together. Certain stones may give you the upper hand against certain wraiths and their behaviors.
I need to go.
Are these essence stones? How do you know what works? There's so many. That's unorganized. I just died in your arms tonight. I just want to make love.
This dashcam footage shows Hopkins leading the police on a chase at well over 100 miles per hour. This would eventually end in the pit stop maneuver shown in the previous clip. And at some point during that stop, Hopkins shot and killed Kalia Jones. This all took place in a high school parking lot, which means that the situation could have escalated very quickly if the police hadn't stepped in.
Where Bender at some point shot, target shot the victim in the chest, torso, and point contact in the chin, killing the victim. Offender then fired on Fayetteville police officers and sheriff deputies. Offender telling officers that the victim shot herself after the incident. Affairs deputies doing critical work and have determined to talk about the
Please, stay there. It's too dangerous past this point.
Hopkins had already previously kidnapped Kalia and was out on bond when so again this time. This time around,
You need to be picking up on the road.
he was left in jail until the time of his hearing. The court case is still ongoing, but it's looking to be pretty open and shut. He murdered her in cold blood. It's unlikely he'll be able to worm his way out of that one. Hopefully, he'll be put away for a
I miss you.
They just
You were
keep
so
coming. The fallen deserve their peace.
The sentence it deserves. We'll see something like that in this next case.
Oh, yeah. There's kids in the back.
Well, I probably just forgot. An unzipped fly is not usually a cause for concern. It happens to the best of us. But this man, Jeremy Guthrie, is unfortunately not someone that should be given the benefit of the doubt.
You have a bunch of kids and in the car has to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who are these kids to you? This is my friend. That's your friend?
Guthrie is questioned about
These
why
are just
he
my
has
friends.
6 kids in the back of his truck.
Oh,
The only
yeah.
answer he can come up with is that they're his friends, which it's not usually a good look for a middle-aged man to be friends with little kids. And Guthrie is exactly the type of awful human being that you should be worried about.
It's about time for the Essence ritual, I reckon. Up in the capital. All that pomp for what? A bunch of priests.
We already told you all we know. Now leave us be.
The majority of Guthrie's reckless driving, unfortunately, wasn't captured, but he had been swerving through lanes on the highway and made a very dangerous turn that almost resulted in a crash. He has 6 kids in his car. He should be driving like a saint, and instead is risking all of their lives. It would later be found that he was driving while drunk.
There's a lot of dirt between your legs. So bad. Go to driving. What's it? You get to the good rivers? Right. I would go about behind you driving down I-40. You have lane number 1. Signs. You have lane number 1. All the way over. When you signal, everyone's keep it lane. Your vehicle one lane. And then
Some things can only be found.
Why does it take so long?
you think I put way too fast. Sorry. I think you're gonna get I didn't say. At least I'm saying I thought you were gonna crash.
Couldn't open before.
Why did she have to disappear now?
We will keep looking for her, Commander.
That goes on 18.
But you can't keep sending us into this hellhole.
That goes on 18. No, she's not. That goes on 18. Trust me. She'll look 18.
These paintings.
The knights in their prime.
Is that the Queen?
Undoubtedly attempting to subdue them through diplomacy.
But they resisted.
Jeremy, come back to me. There's the cues.
Unfortunately, the footage needs to be blurred for the girl's privacy.
Could I
but
speak
at
to
the
you for a
same
moment?
time, that proves
Greetings.
exactly what the officer is saying.
You bear the
Definitely
gauntlet.
not
I-
unique. In fact,
Yes.
every
My son
single
believed
child
in the
that
power
bar
of that
is between
artifact.
the ages of 13
He followed the
and
commander's
14.
sister, Valerie, into battle. He died for it.
I'm sorry.
My husband died even before that. The name McGavick will die with me, like my memories of them.
If there's anything I can do.
Please, place these flowers on his grave. My son would be happy to know the gauntlet bearer honored him.
Many here despise
Just
me.
by the way that Jeremy is acting
He was your
and the
son.
sluggishness of his character,
Perhaps you
you
should
can
honor
tell
him.
that he's been
We all
drinking.
have to learn forgiveness. You can help us on this path. As ever, I will pay my respects later. I beg you, take the flowers, lay them on his resting place.
Maybe 2. Yeah, roughly.
How can I find your son's grave?
Just look for his last name on the tombstones. He was the last of the McGavick name.
I will return.
Don't wait too long.
I know what I smell, I know what I hear, I know what I see. Okay? Simple as that. I mean, yeah.
What's that you're playing?
Arcus, an ancient game of tactics and guile.
Oldest game in the world, some say. Thelos on one side, mysterious evil on the other.
No.
White versus black.
That's not true.
I'm surprised the Knights would play a Thelos-themed game such as this.
True. We spin a knife to decide who plays which side.
Loser plays Thelos. Naturally.
What's this great evil you mentioned?
No one knows. In all likelihood, it's a fable. A piece of propaganda fabricated by the church.
I think our knight here is correct. No doubt such a tale was intended to seed the legend of Thelos the Benevolent.
Now, if you would excuse us, Thelos is currently winning this particular battle.
Come, brother. You know how fate is. As shifting as the sands and as unpredictable as the wind.
Okay, who's got anybody? Okay, so there's your homie. Okay, so you all need to call your parents. Okay, and have your parents meet us here.
These kids are, very obviously, in a very dangerous situation, and Guthrie is a terrible man. He was accused of sexually abusing a 12-year-old girl that was in the car, and she had a miscarriage during a year of sexual abuse that she suffered at his hands. The girl's twin was also in the car, and although there is no direct evidence, he is suspected of raping her as well. He talked very often about how much he loved the sisters, which is just a disgusting thing to say. The sister's grandmother expressed how angry and disgusted she was at him for doing this to her granddaughters.
Just so you guys know, okay, that might save 6 lives tonight, at least 6 lives. Yeah, I thought you guys were gonna crash around that bend. He's going way too fast. And he's definitely not safe to drive.
You told me. I told me.
So this is Sergeant Lefebvre with State Police. And your son, along with five of the other buddies, they were in a vehicle with somebody some man, this grown adult, who has no business driving. And so
The gauntlet must be stronger to crush this.
Okay, would you mind doing a couple of good strikes us just to make sure?
I gave an order this morning. A routine patrol reassignment. But Maxon looked at me as if I'd just insulted his mother. They never looked to Arif like that. When he gave an order, he did it with a smile and a joke, and people loved him for it. They trusted him. I'm not. I lack that skill. Interpersonality. Guile. I have everyone's respect, but not their love. Yet that is the greatest strength. Trust is a bulwark against fear. You have come. I am Kendra Taj, commander of the Knights of Bastingar, the few of us who remain. I must apologize for the scene you witnessed earlier. Is Arif a friend of yours?
He led me here, that is all. I came looking for answers about this gauntlet.
Arif told you of our history with that thing?
Does it belong to you?
No. It was never ours. I had hoped never to see it again. The only person who knows exactly what this gauntlet is, well, she's missing.
You speak of Valerie, mentioned by Arif.
He has no right to talk of her, and that thing on your arm is a danger to us all.
I will find Valerie for you. Then you will know that I can be trusted.
Valerie was studying that gauntlet, its origins. She believed that one day she would be able to control it. But alas, such ambition cost us everything. Our honor, our homes, so many lives. But despite our failure, she remained obsessed with that thing.
I will find her. This gauntlet is yet to be fully understood.
Valerie's research took her to the sunken city. It is there that all contact with her was lost. If you truly believe you can find her, I will instruct the guards to let you pass.
I will not fail you.
These are dark times. I have a feeling that you will bring us light.
How do I get into the sunken city?
The entrance is beneath the bridge that leads out of the fortress. Take the left branch. Tread carefully, unnamed.
Please tell me what you've done with Arif.
He has been placed in a cell. If you wish to visit, it is up the stairs, on your left, when you leave the room. But I warn you, do not conspire with that traitor. I want to be able to trust you. Only then will I consider freeing Arif.
I will return when I have found Valerie.
Into how Joe Biden's regime pressured him and Facebook to censor views, opinions, and content that didn't align with the official Big Pharma narrative at the time. They pushed super hard to take down things that...
These paintings.
The Knights in their prime.
Is that the Queen?
Undoubtedly attempting to subdue them through diplomacy.
But they resisted.
authoritarianism, everything. But they're the ones engaged in state-sponsored censorship. In other words, they're the bodies.
Yeah.
The speech and they've been bringing a step because not only do we have this Mark Zuckerberg situation, but we now have a leak inside the White House Zoom call with California clown Gavin Newsom that really just shows you exactly how deep this is. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so right after this Mark Zuckerberg thing, this huge bombshell revelation, we get a clip like this. Here's a Zoom call with Gavin Newsom in the White House, where Gavin Newsom complains about all the mis and disinformation.
I ask you, we've got to deal with this misinformation. There are hurricane force winds of mis and disinformation lies. People want to divide this country, and we're going to have to address that as well. And it breaks my heart as people are suffering and struggling that we're up against those hurricane forces as well. And that's just a point of personal privilege, and I share that with you because it affects real people. There are people I meet every single day. The mayors are meeting with conversations. That conversation out of this, and you wonder where this stuff comes from. And it's very damaging as well. But we're here to get the job done.
It's just looking so bad for the Democrats. Just now that the heat is cranking up on Gavin Newsom over California's completely
It's a cemetery.
You get this. The same tired Democrat playbook.
Right? There's a cemetery.
Instead of taking accountability, immediately label anything opposing your narrative as misinformation.
I wish we could have given a proper burial. The fallen deserve their peace.
McGavock, this must be the grave where you can put the flowers.
Okay.
So tired. I've been on double shifts ever since the refugees arrived.
Have you placed the flowers on my son's grave?
I did. They looked beautiful.
Thank you. This makes me happy. People will see that you, the Gauntlet Bearer, care for all of us.
Or things going badly for you there, Supreme Leader Gavin Newsom of California? Well, just call in to the Sleep King and have him mobilize 51 former federal agents to discredit the story of this Russian disinformation. Oh, it's all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation. I'm telling you, these Democrats, they're like Soviet light. And it's so funny here. I mean, remember just the quick we played yesterday, where Gavin Newsom was getting confronted by a voter who was demanding answers on the state's failures in response to the wildfires. Gavin Newsom stated he was trying to get in contact with the president. Oh, he's going to get all the answers. That's what he was saying, right? Oh, don't worry, I'm going to call the president. We'll get all your questions answered. She wanted transparency, and she even asked him to call the president right there, right now, so they could have their conversation. Of course, now Gavin Newsom didn't want that.
Idols, essence stones, our collection grows. I am now curious to try out different combinations.
All that Gavin Newsom did end up having at the White House, he got them on the line. I guess he found himself this. Oh, I'm not certain. I can't reach Joe Biden. But anyways, don't want to go down that tangent. The point is, we somehow get it all the time. Gavin Newsom looking for answers. Gavin Newsom is looking for excuses and ways to demonize people who are questioning his failed leadership. Ooh, misinformation, disinformation, ooh, so scary. It's a Democrat all term. They've weaponized these terms, disinformation and disinformation. It's discreditance, that's dissent. I mean, it's become their definition. I see their number of moments of record.
I sent a cadre of researchers to help Valerie in her work. Kendra was displeased. But hey, I'm the one running the show. For the moment. Val says she's found a link between this gauntlet thing and those baubles she's calling essence stones. The glove means she can...
for this kind of payment. So this sort of like class action lawsuit like me. No, you have to take that. We shouldn't go. We're gonna take out humor and satire. We're gonna take out things that are
So,
true.
feeling right back at home, are we? With your old friends?
If I thought my history with the Knights was relevant to our task, well, I would have mentioned it.
Anything else you are hiding?
Much. But none of it is relevant.
And
trust me.
Well, then like all these different agencies and branches of government basically
What happened?
just, like, started investigating
Between you and the Knights?
It was brutal.
That is quite the tale. These fools once called me their leader, placed on me more than I could carry. The truth is it was always Kendra who ran things. Me as the voice, and Valerie as the brain.
The commander's sister?
Yes. She means a lot to me. I was blinded. I bought into her experiments with the gauntlet. I thought it could save us. All of us. I encouraged Valerie, pushed her harder and harder, but then it was too late. The gauntlet exploded, and I left in shame. Kendra becoming commander was a given, but Valerie, if you can find her, well, I will be in your debt.
So, here you are. Can I help you with anything?
Yes, please. First of all, food. Real food. People aren't exactly happy that I'm here. And, as you can imagine, I'm only getting leftovers. If you'd talk to the cook in the fortress, I'd be most thankful. Maybe even thankful enough to give you something for your kind gesture. A dye, perhaps? I was going to sell it for a pretty penny. But, given the situation, I'm sure it'd be far better in your hands. And, ideally, don't tell them it's for me, if you know what I mean.
I'll talk to the cook.
I almost can't even take another 9 days of this. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly
The refugees are holding up the line.
Greetings. I'm looking for something to eat.
Are you now? I need to ration the little we have. If you want me to prepare something, then bring me ingredients.
Don't you have enough ingredients available?
No. Talk to the vendors. They might have something.
Is there a specific ingredient you have in mind?
A fruit or a vegetable. Perhaps even some meat if you somehow manage to find any. They don't really grow in caves.
Where can I buy ingredients?
I heard a traveling vendor arrived recently. He should be at the camp past the cemetery.
I'll go look for something.
dangerous for us exactly. If it's dangerous for me, we would at least expect. Today's episode demonstrates just how crazy the world is.
At last, free from these shackles. Thank you, Gauntlet Bearer. A small deed from you. A huge relief for me. I shall be more careful in the future. I wish you every success, Gauntlet Bearer. Farewell.
Take Just keep coming.
Everything is in turmoil.
The refugees say the gauntlet saved them.
I'm selling all kinds. Welcome back, my friend.
That was good.
Can I see your wares?
My pleasure. There is a demand for unusual taste for food. Can you sell me some still usable spices? I'd pay extra.
Genetically slowly attacking foe. I can get that anytime. Just remember it.
You have a keen eye, my friend. You have a keen eye, my friend.
Did you hear the refugees? Do you believe their stories?
Everything is in
Watch where you're going. Don't tell him.
You guys sit up. Wait, you guys bring it right back down. Let's see if I can this one. This guy's such a drama queen. This is such a nice beauty. What are you? You're on something. No, you're on something. Okay? Your eyes are pinpointed. Listen. You're admitted you said you're not on something. I know you're on something. You're not acting on it. Your eyes are pinpointed. Okay? What else is? What else is? Okay. How about okay, are you quite going? What? Yeah, he feels good for what? Okay, it's not. I didn't know that problem. Okay, so you understand?
Did you see Reef?
Yes.
Found anything I could cook?
I managed to procure some meat.
Now this I can work with. Let me throw this on the grill for a bit. The food is right there. I am sorry, but I got other mouths to feed now.
Alright, well, I got too much.
You returned. I am sorry, but I gotta...
You can't conceal it. You can't conceal it. You can't conceal it.
Anything new?
I have something for you to eat.
I'll take anything. This is amazing. I haven't eaten something this good since Valerie and I managed to bag a boar. Ah, those were the days. Just the two of us, roaming the remaining woods and hunting game. Thank you.
I'm feeling nervous and I have claustrophobia. I need to go to the bathroom. You guys may consider what? This whole thing.
You're carrying a gun?
Because it's a mistake. It's a mistake.
The 30-year-old child just kept whining and playing cards, and he never once thought about taking accountability. It was perfectly clear to everyone but this guy that he was the guilty party. The sergeant tried to explain the situation, but told him to go too.
If we were messing with you, okay, why can you just stop? Because I didn't know if it was for me. We know that, bro. It's well, it's a part of this one. I don't know who that is. I don't care what you think this is, okay? Still has weapon lights, still has a siren, okay? And on top of that too, there's a mark control vehicle that was behind you. I didn't know what they're doing, bro. I didn't know. I'm too nervous. Okay. This is my first rodeo. Okay, I'm treating you with respect, okay? If you don't like the answer I'm giving you, it's fine. I have a video, okay? You had multiple times to stop, okay? The reason why you didn't stop is because you had the gun on you. I didn't have the gun on you. Bro, it's all on video, so it's all video. It's all video, okay? I'm telling you right now, you're lucky this didn't happen. You're making a mistake. I'm not trying to go to jail. What do you want? I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm telling you the facts of what happened.
This guy's such a good liar that despite being
This structure used to be dormant, barely visible in the rock.
Get out of here. No, it's up there.
Alright, the pavement looks straight. Yeah, that's on me. Whatever. I can take straight. But I can't take a trip to where I can afford that. But I'm where 2 months. Very close family. Nobody
Why is the commander so afraid?
This door stays closed until the commander says otherwise.
Okay. What?
When did we last send scouts through the gates?
As it turned out, British suspect was
You ever done this before? Yes. What do you do?
Well, I mean, he's treating it right.
Hey, I have some.
You realize that if this gate does not hold, we are done for.
Kendra trusts us, and we trust in the gate.
Or Kendra wants us gone for some reason.
Don't be silly. This is important work.
Yeah. Great job.
So you're really going? Every gauntlet bearer must be eager to die then.
Excuse me?
Nothing. If you can bring Valerie back, it doesn't matter. It's dangerous down there. You might as well have this essence stone. It can break an enemy's defense. Or so Valerie was saying.
You know her?
What do you mean I know her? Everybody here knows her. And a reef. You are the outsider here. Don't forget that. And don't get killed down there. We wouldn't even be able to get your body.
We are getting closer to the sunken city. I sense that there is another rift there. Once we arrive, we must look out for it.
Yeah, that's it. Just don't move. Okay, get up the bed. Don't resist. We're gonna make a lot of work from you. Don't make this worse. Get out of here. Get out of here.
What?
Signal 43. Signal 43. Signal 43. Follow the area. White now. White is standing now. What do you keep going towards Millennium Boulevard? Got a gun. Shoot that. Forward in control. Talk. Get out of here. Get out of here. Signal 43. Just leave. So good. It's the other 7 minutes. The officer that said this is not the good thing.
Easy, dude. Holy shit.
This has to be one of the craziest fires we've seen so far. This one is sensitive.
What on earth happened here?
This must be the sunken city Kendra told us about.
Why would anyone come here?
I sense a dormant power deep within this place.
Is it Valerie?
No. There are no signs of life.
Oh, it just goes. So I raised that. Yes.
Is here. Certified social days where you can play high-tech darts, social shuffle, and send your kids to Lucifer. Dave and Buster's. Book your social day today.
Michael, foreman here at Alpha Structural. So we were called out here when this whole area had a slope failure. After the project had gone through the engineers and the soils engineers, we came to the piping board being the best course of action for this project. So we started at the bottom of the slope failure with a keyway 4 feet wide all the way across the slope failure. Then we added a sub-drain. We worked our way up the hill, piping boards being the pressure-treated 2x12 and the Schedule 40 galvanized pipes. Each pipe is...
Instead of throwing away the weapon and hiding or running, the young man decided to engage several police officers in a shootout. It was like he was determined to go down fighting, and sadly, he did.
Check back, make sure you hit nobody, guys. Check that one, make sure. Hey, check the restaurant. The bullets went in the window, guys.
The young man didn't survive the shootout. At first, it wasn't clear if he died from the officer's bullets or from self-inflicted wounds. But later reports said that he shot himself, which made this case even more bizarre. Sebastian Roman was just 19 years old. It's just crazy how many young people have a death wish, or at least it appears they do. The following incident took place on May 21st, 2021, at around 1:20 in the morning. Houston PD officers were conducting a normal traffic stop at 9400 Bissonnette Street, and Sergeant Ricardo Rivera noticed a man approaching them, seemingly out of nowhere.
You know that? You need some? What's that? Shoot you? Why are you saying that? Hey man, why are you talking like that? Yo, why are you talking like that? Get your hands out your pocket. Get your hand out your pocket. Hey, what's in your hand?
The man was later identified as 25-year-old Zaquan Galate. He was clearly asking to be shot, and his demeanor and overall body language looked threatening. After several commands to get his hands out of his pockets, Galate took out a gun.
Bro, put the gun down. Put the gun down. Put the... All right, got it. Shots fired on this traffic stop over here with 17E30. It's gonna be unrelated. Are you okay? Yes, you did. You okay? Hey, is he hit? I don't know if he did, Mel, was he hit? Anybody hit? Anybody hit? Anybody hit? Oh, yeah, okay, suspect's down. Stay right there, don't move.
sergeant coordinated with his officers as they slowly approached the suspect. At that point, the suspect was still alive, which was quite a miracle, considering the hail of bullets that they found.
Shoulder to shoulder. Okay, get in line with me. Don't get behind me. Get in line with me. Still breathing. Okay, he's still breathing. Right there. We're approaching. Don't move. Do not move. Do not move. Stay still. Do not move. Where's the gun? Where's the gun? I don't know. Okay. 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 Secure it. Secure it. Secure it. Secure it. Okay. Yeah, come on. Who does? Grab it. Okay.
He's got a first aid kit. This was the first body cam footage released in Houston after a decision that video footage of police shootings had to be made public within 30 days of the incident. The footage clearly shows the suspect pull a gun on the officers, which made the shooting fully justified. And similar to the case that we just saw, we might never find out why this young man decided to throw his life away. On the 20th of May, 2021, a woman called 911 saying her ex-boyfriend, 31-year-old Patrick Watkins, was banging on her second-floor apartment door. This, however, was not just a normal lover's quarrel.
Police and fire emergency. Yeah, somebody on my door.
The gauntlet hears the echo of an anvil.
Alright, let's go keep it guys. I don't think I'm going to, but let's try it.
Return to dust. Shatter it.
Officer identified first, instructing the suspect to the officer's side. Watkins then found, still pointing his gun at the officer, prompting Officer Simpson to discharge his